And we are live if everything worked, unlike yesterday. Let me just check very quickly. And yes, it seems we are live. Welcome, welcome. I streamed yesterday and it didn't quite work the way it should. And today I'm lazy to put up the green screen again, so you will have to do with my voice and without my face. What are we doing? There is a big release coming for Black Forest. I am working on quite a few things. What you see here is the dialogue editor, which is an essential part of story mode, something I've been working on, and that I am slowly adding to a few other maps as well. Nothing too complicated, but here is the first time that I'm adding a branching dialogue to the game, where you actually have a choice, where you pick. In this case, you will pick if you want to take in a group of refugees or no. If you are low on food, maybe you don't want more mouths to feed. And if you have plenty of food, then maybe you do want some additional workforce. But one thing that I very much wanted to show, and it didn't work yesterday, and I'm so ashamed, because I tested this really quite a bit, and it always worked, and then of course you go live and it doesn't. But that's life. So let me just make this a bit bigger. Here we go. Starting. It takes a while for Unity to load. It should work. So second time trying to demonstrate this live. And I will do it this time on the level that I'm actually testing it. This is the new level I'm working on. I will show that in a second. But let me firstly show what the progress on saving games actually is. Because I've been working hard on that. It's probably the most requested feature on the Steam forum. And of course, as the game becomes more complex, more and more you want to not finish the session in one go. So I will just, throw up some constructions. Maybe a wall or two, something like that. Also, let's send a few people out. Everybody collect things. Okay, pause the game. We see all our 20 peasants are busy doing something. Remember, there's names because they should reappear. So we have the Feucht, which means wet in German, Hoppe, Sander, Lindner, Roth, Gross, and Fink family. All of them are in perfect health. Remember, there's age, what they are doing, and there is no in-game button for this yet, so I need to go actually into the editor and trigger this manually. But there it is. So, game is now saved. I am exiting this game, and at that point, usually, so far, that meant your village is lost, everything you've worked for went to nothing. I'm sorry, exit game doesn't work, of course, in the editor. Return the menu. Alright, to prove that it works, I will start a different level. Alright, yes, this is one of the dialogues that I've added. And I'm going out again here. So now we are sure that nothing is from just the previous game or something. and I'm pressing continue, which loads the last saved game. And we should be back in the test level with all the constructions set up again, all the tasks set up again. Everything should be as before, and it looks good. Here are our construction sites. Here's our construction site. The weather is the same. These things are the same. And here are all our families except for Brit Sander. What happened to you, girl? Ah, yeah. This is cool. This is a new feature. Good that I can show this off as well. Brit was injured in a construction accident. Hit herself with a hammer or something. Which means she had to stop working on that construction, and she took a small health hit. I mean, this really was hammer on finger or something, not very serious, but things add up. If you don't have food, if you don't, if there are some other events, this could get dangerous, or it could be, just a little bit that pushes her over the edge so that she's not able to work anymore. So Brit is not working on construction anymore, but look at that, everything was saved properly. Isn't that beautiful? So this is what I'm working on. Why isn't it out yet? Because it's not perfect. It doesn't work yet everywhere. It doesn't work for all maps. I need to look at. I tried it yesterday on the new map, and it simply didn't work. Came back with nothing. Map was empty. So I'm still working on getting out the bugs of that and fixing that. So that is very, very much working. Wonderful. Okay, great. So this is coming. You see that a lot of it is already working, and that's just brilliant. So the new map, I showed it off yesterday already. I did continue to work on it a little bit, and this is the first non-flat map in the game. I worked quite a bit on allowing the terrain, the construction mode, the camera. There are a lot of moving parts that all need to be adapted to make this possible. And if you've watched yesterday's video, you will see that I already made the lake a lot more beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful scenery? Isn't that just amazing? I really like it. I also added background mountains, so this really gives you the feeling now that you are somewhere deep in the mountains. Ain't that amazing? All right, here we go. Also, if you saw yesterday's video, you will notice that the smithy isn't here. There was a smithy here. And I think a lumberjack is missing as well. He was over here. And that's because I'm now playing it on medium. And on medium difficulty, you don't get these buildings. You need to construct them by yourself. So that's how it is. I see there's some LED problems. Yeah, this should pop out a bit later, maybe, or not at all. Okay, I will work on the LEDs there. These are performance measures. These stones should be small and then disappear if you're far enough away, but on this map you so clearly see them. There are other problems as well, like there should be a few graves here. Why they aren't, I don't understand, because this is actually the fence to the graveyard, but no graves, despite I said it. Starting with, I think, 3 or 4 graves, people who died before we start the game. But you can see here, maybe it's raining a little bit, how things are getting wet. And difficult to see when it's in the evening, but it is. Things are getting some wet. And I have some issues here with the light, and I don't understand them. Where's my nightlight? Because my nightlight doesn't show up on this map. It really doesn't, and I don't know why. So this is something for bug fixing. Alright, so these are new things. And that's it about. Not much more Not much more to show, except for, oh yes, actually, yes, actually, I should show you that there is, let's just start. Everybody knows this map, right? It's my test map. There is a new building, the Trapper. The Trapper, I'll just plug him here. The Trapper is actually fairly easy to build, except for one thing, it does take 3 units of metal. So, especially on the higher difficulty levels, when you start without metal, it means you need to build a smithy first. And what the Trapper does is similar to, well, let's build a watchtower as well, close to the forest so that they can spot what's going on. Alright, repair. Just play the game a little bit, at least. Okay. So the Trapper is another point in your defense systems. And he will go into the forest. He will get a little bit of food from, traps, small animals, rabbit here and squirrel there, whatever they catch. But his main purpose is something much more important. His main purpose is to check for signs of monster activity, and he will then report what he discovers to you. And let me see, similar to the watchtower, but much more detailed. And there is a bug here that I'm still tracking. For some reason I can't click it. Now I can. No, that's the lumberjack. And it becomes available when you press space, and I have no idea why. Alright, so I can send out up to 3 trappers, which I will be doing here. And then, oh look, that was fast. And then they report monster activity. A trapper discovered tracks of rat to the north. And this is how they signal it to you. Look at that. Here are some nice, beautiful flags waving in the wind. The color shows how big the threat is. So there are apparently 2 groups of mice, a smaller one and a slightly bigger one. And what else do we have? That's just more rats. And you can even see the symbol of the animal that was discovered, because that is the new feature of the Trapper. If you man the watchtower, they will also report monster activity as they did before. And what's new is that they tell you not just here in the log, but they also plant flags. However, the guy in the watchtower can't see very far. He's not there. He's not in the forest. He just sees that there's something moving and there are sounds. So he just tells you that there is activity. He will plant a flag, but without any symbols. So he just tells you there is activity and how much. And that's it. But the Trapper, if you manage to, the Trapper actually, oh yeah, I also replaced the trees. There are different trees now here. Different maps have different trees now. The Trapper will tell you what kind of monsters you can expect. And all of this doesn't mean that they come the following night. It could be that they come in 2 nights, 3 nights, something like that. So it can be a few days in advance. Gosh, it's dark. I worked quite a bit on making it not so dark around sunset and sunrise, and I think I need to take this up with the upstream developer of the environment simulation. Okay, so you see no rats, despite they were spotted. No rats. So they are still somewhere in the forest, and they will be coming in the next few days. You need to send trappers out again. Let's harvest this. There we go. Alright, for a bit of food, this we can man as well. And one more thing that I wanted to show, I will do it when it's day again. These are the small details that I spent so much time on, like the lights turning on at random, not entirely random actually. You know, there is some randomness, but light turning on at different times of day and night, and then turning off as people go to sleep or not. Sometimes they stay awake. All right, we have a foggy morning. Very nice. So one more thing that I wanted to show you. Did we discover something else? No, so far just rats. So something else that I wanted to show you is that if you look at the ground, you will notice that all the tiling and artifacts have disappeared. I've put some love into this map. And you see that if the reds don't appear, then after 1, 2, 3 days, the flag will be taken away as well. So these flags hang around for a while, but not forever. So you can actually look at these flags to get an understanding of the current threat level to your village. That's their purpose. So the ground as well has been remade, new textures, more beautiful, less tiling. I've put some effort into that and spent some money on appropriate shaders, which also get wet when it rains, you know, all these nice beautiful things. I have a video showing off the weather effects on YouTube. There's a separate video for that. And here are the reds, and they still have problems. I think I'm tracking a bug of rats getting stuck in a forest. I don't know why it happens. It shouldn't. It's a complete mystery to me. I'm trying to figure that one out. Okay, so that's some of the new things. Some of the new things that will be coming your way soon. So that's the new map. That's the trapper. That's the flags showing you what's going on. And what else do I have? Oh yeah, this is also something. Food has become quite easy to get, so I've made a change to how much food peasants consume. If there is enough food, they will now have lunch, which means they heal a little bit faster. If they don't get a third meal, they will not become hungry and starving. So 2 meals is enough. You can get your people through with just 2 meals. But if they get a third meal, it's good for health and morale, despite the game doesn't track morale. Yes. And also what I don't show here because I need to play a whole game is that the monster count for the end of game statistics is now by strength, not just by numbers, so you get a much more accurate statistics at the end of the game about the threat level that you experienced. And also a lot of things now depend on the difficulty level, like the chances for the watchtower to spot monsters and so on and so on. And construction jobs are not the only ones that can lead to small injuries. So there's a little bit more for you to watch out for with your villages. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video. When you download it in the next days, this is an overview of what's new in Black Forest. Go out, go check it out on Steam. Have fun, and the best you can do to support me is to get there in the discussions, write feedback, any bugs you found, tell me any bugs you found. and any ideas you have about making the game better. Tell your friends about it. If you are on YouTube yourself, stream a game, make a let's play. Somebody posted on the forums that there aren't any let's plays. Let's change that, okay? Come on, guys. Post a let's play. I love watching people play the game because it tells me so much about how you play, which features are obvious enough, which features are too well hidden, what I need to make more clear, what confuses you. Watching videos of people play the game is among the best feedback I can get, and it tells me so much. So thank you all.